I'd like to thank everybody for joining me today. Today, I want to talk about, setting yourself apart from your competition and being an advisor, not just a salesman. And being an advisor is what our clients are really after. But one of the hard things in today's world is the e-commerce mentality. And think about this, we've all seen, Amazon. If you want something today, you order it from Amazon. It's, a lot of times it's here this afternoon, and it's just one of those we're used to that. We're used to that instant gratification. And I'm not saying that the e-commerce mentality is bad. However, when we're talking financial and estate planning and legacy planning, we don't have cookie cutter solutions. Now, there's salesmen in our industry that just want to sell a product. They have a product, they're just going to sell a product, but you can set yourself apart as an advisor by not falling into that cookie cutter and e-commerce mentality. As you look at our planning process, when we're planning for a client, our goal is to understand our client's goals. That's our objective. Help, make sure you understand what your clients are trying to achieve, where they're at today, where they want to go, whether that's their retirement planning, their legacy planning, charitable planning. The more you understand those goals, the more you're going to help them achieve what they want in their life. Now, part of that is going through this journey with the client. Part of the planning process is to, in many cases, is help our clients that are unaware of a problem become problem aware. Think about this, a lot of clients are planning for retirement, and we may be able to step in and realize and help them realize, hey, their problem is they haven't put enough away, or they thought they had their estate planning done, but as we review their estate planning, we find holes in their documents, holes that don't match up to their goals. So part of our goal is to be able to pull that out of our clients and our prospects to help them become problem aware. Once they become aware of the problem, we want them to be aware of solutions. I mean, it would be, counterproductive to just, show them the problems and never provide a solution. We want to be there to uncover those problems now so that they don't become a train wreck somewhere down the road. But as we help them become aware of solutions, then we can start putting them into the planning process and make sure those solutions fit, their goals, their objectives, and solve the problems that we've uncovered. But now, the big part of this is making sure that we have implementation. I've seen way too many plans that have stayed plans, and I look at this, especially in the estate planning world. People will go out and get documents. They'll go to a trust mill. They'll go to somebody that isn't quite as good as they thought they were. They've got documents. They can show you the documents, but the documents don't solve the problem because they weren't implemented correctly. So part of our job is to take our clients through this journey, but implementation is part of that journey. What I like showing a client is that there is a planning process, that there's a cycle. If the clients understand that this is not a one and done. Now, sometimes it's, you sell a business, you get a contract for sale, you collect the money, that part of it's done. But when we're talking about planning for our clients, it's typically lifetime planning. If we have life insurance, we want to be there to make sure that life insurance stays in place, the premiums are paid, the policy performs, we review the policy on a regular basis. But if you look at this planning cycle, and if the client can get that in their mind, they're going to understand, we gather information, we get our clients' goals, we identify those potential tools and put together a plan. Once we put together that plan and present it to our client, we'll review and revise that as part of step 4 and 5, and then implement the plan. We want to make sure the implementation happens, but then we're not done. We review and we start all over again. And people ask me, how often should they review their estate planning? How often should they review their life insurance? every year. If they're reviewing it every year, those life events are going to be accounted for: a birth, a death, a change in employment. All of those life events affect all of the planning. But if we're there to help our clients through that process, and if we're the ones that are helping them, we're going to help them understand as those life events happen, then we need to modify their plan, or we pat them on the back and say, we're in good shape. Let's keep going forward on the path that we're on. But it's making sure that we've got that planning cycle. Now, as you go through this journey with your clients, you've got a toolbox. You've got to understand that your toolbox is full of strategies and tools to help your client. And as you look at this is an incomplete list, but this is a big list of planning strategies that we have available to us as advisors that we can pull out of the toolbox and see if that's going to help our clients. Now, if you look at this list, there's many more tools that we could add to this list. But if you start understanding how these tools work, the one thing that I look at, and the reason that we continue education throughout our career is, think about life insurance. Life insurance, many advisors, many professionals, CPAs, attorneys, clients think, well, I pay a premium, I get a death benefit, that's the only part of this tool. Well, we know life insurance can be, can be used for cash value, tax-free retirement. It can be used for the living benefits for long-term care, chronic illness. Now, all of those are great tools that may help our client, may not be the right tool for that particular client. The other part of this is understanding how the tools work together. And as an advisor, you want to be there to help them understand. So there again, take life insurance. Well, life insurance, by default, as long as you don't mess it up, is income tax free. Now, for a lot of our clients, we want it estate tax free. So now we have to take that extra step, pull out another tool, and use a life insurance trust. That life insurance trust can help protect against the estate tax. It can also be an asset protection tool, a distribution tool, to make sure that we're allocating everything to the beneficiaries as our clients want over time, in lump sums, whatever it is. Now you're starting to integrate these tools from the toolbox, because not one tool solves everything. Life insurance is a great tool, doesn't solve everything. Qualified plans, they're again, great tool, doesn't solve everything. The more you understand about these tools, the more you can fit them in for your clients. And also, it will help you identify more prospects and be able to identify the prospects, their needs, and build your practice to help advise and bring more clients into your business. So if you think about this, you've got a process, you've got all these strategies. What I look at is, how can you be different? How can you be different from your competition? And I think that's being an advisor. Being an advisor, not a salesman. I like using the example of salesman. Think about a used car salesman. A used car salesman is only selling what's on his lot. And if you think about it, when somebody comes on the lot, if I'm going to go buy a car today and I want a blue pickup, well, if I walk onto that lot and all they've got is red cars, well, what's the salesman going to try and sell me? He's going to try and get me to buy a red car. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I set out as my goal, but that's all he has available. You as an advisor, you've got a whole toolbox, and we want to keep adding more tools and more strategies to your toolbox so that you just become a better advisor. You create those relationships with your clients and you help them solve their problems, provide the solutions, and help them achieve the goals that they want. So this is a great journey to be on with your clients. It's a great process to be working with your clients. But if you have questions on this, feel free to reach out. I'm always ready to help and help you fill up your toolbox. Again, appreciate everybody getting on, and we'll talk again next week. Thank you.